Okay, so we're looking at a little attacking sequence from, what's this, close guard. So first of all, if I'm in this position, what he really wants is to have good posture. So most likely, his hands will be just where they are now. So if I go to sit up, I sit up into his hands. So let's get my little kangaroo paws first and break those wrists out of the road. Now my left hand, I'll reach up and open up his collar so it makes like a bit of a, like a track, like a bit of a path for my right hand to go. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to use both hands and keep feeding my right hand all the way around the back of his neck. I want my hand to basically bend the corner, get the grip, and then I can straighten it out later on as I do my choke. So now I've got that grip. I'm directly behind his head with my hands. Now my free hand, it can come down and make like either a pocket grip or a pistol grip on this sleeve. From there, because I've got such good control of his posture, I'm free to open up my guard and then put my right foot down, shrink my hips out. And as you can see, this makes like a nice little bit of a hole, and I can bring my knee in that hole. So I can kind of pull him hard onto my knee, and I can control whether like I'm pushing and pulling. From here, two options. One, if you're rolling with somebody about your own size or even a bit smaller, I just like to drop that foot there and I can start sweeping him. But generally I tend to find I'm rolling with bigger people, so I actually put my foot, the middle of my foot right on the top of his knee, and I push that knee. It puts a weird sort of a pressure on his hip, and they always have to respect it. And from there it makes it really easy to get that sweep. Now, I just want to come up onto this elbow, and I like to drape my foot across his belly. With that, as I start to roll towards him and take them out, I follow my foot, and I sort of try and curve my foot around and make it sticky, and then put it underneath his hamstrings. So from there I get like a nice heavy mount right from the start, and my other elbow is putting pressure down on his chest. And notice that I'm still holding that far hand with my left hand. Now when I'm ready, I can just walk my knees up until they hit his armpits. Once I get my knees nice and high, because I'm holding this sleeve, I'll definitely be able to get my left knee nice and high. I'll let go. He's probably going to buck and fit a little bit, so I'll need to use this hand to base out in whatever direction I can. Now what I'll do is I will circle all the way over to this side, and I'll have my weight over this side too, because I don't want him surprising me and bridging me off the other direction. Now I'll drop my elbow to the floor, and this really depends on how much you like him. You can really just drag, if you've got a rough gi on, it's awesome. Drag it right across his face and make him look over that way. And keep your hand on the floor. I might just get you to bring that camera up a little bit closer. Here what I do is notice this detail. I get my fingers, I stick my fingers underneath, and I basically curl around the fabric until I get a nice solid grip of just that little fold of fabric in his gi. Now, I like to look in his actual ear like this, and I keep my head on the floor. I won't for videoing purposes, but I keep my hand on the floor. And what I do is I look in his ear, and then I get that elbow, and I go all the way across to his far shoulder. If that's not choking him enough, I also add in the pressure of lifting my elbows back to the roof, just like I'm doing a seated row at the gym. But yeah, that's the scissor sweep to cross collar choke. One of my favorite little setups. It was